All right, people, what is going on? It's your boy Ligo, one half and duo. Sorry, um, and the chats. This is Random Talk 22, where, like I said, I'll continue the story and from the video I just did, so people could join in. That's the video. If you're from the last chat, it should be up. You can link over and come join in. Anybody who's listening, I sent out the chat number, the invite to people who normally gets it through the stuff. And also, you're gonna say you should be able to be those who want to join in. You should be able to join in. So, starting off, going back again, telling you about my experience with the boss. I was like CB and everybody else. Okay, there you go. But,
hello.
What's going on?
Let me turn down the video here. So, how are you, in?
I'm all right.
I was planning to do a podcast, but it would be good to appear in a random talk.
Got you. Well, like I said, I only did this because of I only did this because, like I said, I didn't wanna. I should have let it. I was gonna do it originally like this, so it could be short. But then I got into it a little bit and like, you know what? No, let me separate because I don't want people to jump in and saw. Oh man, this is a 1 hour video, and the next thing you know, it's like, oh wow, they talked a little bit about Jim Sterling and what they're supposed to be like on the video. So I didn't want to cut it like that. So
yeah, I'll probably do the podcast some other time.
It's all right. It's all right. What's going on, Brownie? Brownie? SK? Anybody?
Yo.
Oh, okay.
Yo,
Brother.
Sound check.
Sounding good.
Alright.
How are you, SK?
Yo, what's up?
Yeah, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean, like I said, I just wanted to separate the video. This just got a little too ridiculous. That's all. I don't
know what's wrong with you, man. You know that it's perfectly okay to steal from a company and to use their billion-dollar stuff. It's perfectly okay. I don't know what's wrong with you.
Well, like I said.
Actually, I was going to speak of it.
There we go.
I was going to speak about that in my podcast because I kind of saw some asinine, comments saying that Nintendo are monsters for taking over or taking off fan games.
Using their stuff?
Here's
they are right. They are monsters.
Here's
good
what
quality games.
If you want to know how Nintendo feels about piracy, go ask Hip Hop the Robot, how they feel about pirates. Look, if you go to those people's houses who stole that stuff and I don't know, I somehow got my stuff pre-ordered early. I was like, seems a bit suspect to me, but I don't know.
Yeah, you were lying.
Go ask those. Look, you won't find the bodies. They're with Jimmy Hoffa right now.
Man, those Nintendo ninjas were so fast.
Those Nintendos don't F around. But
yeah.
I mean, in all seriousness though, it's hilarious.
What does it take?
Do a line. Do a line from the beginning. Hip Hop the Robot. He been lying from the beginning, man. When he said that,
like, I got it pre-ordered. Sometimes I somehow I got this pre-order early. I'm like,
he lied, man.
This seems a little suspect because I mean, let's keep it real, okay? And I'm not speaking for everyone, but I've gotten games early. I've gotten certain things early. I didn't feel the urge to share it with anybody. I kept it to myself. I didn't say anything, and you know what? No one ever showed up to my door and stuff. This dude would have been fine had he just left it in the box and said, "Well," and said nothing. But no.
But Fox, he wants to be popular.
Well, he caught the attention of somebody already.
Hey, I tell you what, man. All them dudes that they complain and talk about companies you want to take company stuff and use it to make money. I would love for somebody to take my license and go purchase stuff and let me find out about it, and you'll see how fast I react.
Well,
Because half these dudes that are on 90% of these dudes that are on YouTube talking all that mess. No, number one, they don't understand how business work, and they think you could just go around and take people's stuff and just. I mean, that's hard work you're taking from other people and trying to make money off of it. Most of these companies don't even care if you take this stuff as long as they're not making any money.
that is what the fair use is about. That's what the fair use is.
Yeah.
You can use it. You just don't make money from it.
Well, I mean, look, there's fair use, and like that's one aspect of fair use. The other aspect of fair use is where you take someone's thing, like, and you're so inspired by it that you basically do something that's in parody or in homage. And it's so different from the original, but people know that this is in homage or parody of this, that it's so different that it's not like the other one. And so you can say, well, I mean, that's where that comes from. But this is neither of those. This is neither fair use in terms of, well, I'm using it and I'm not really monetizing it, so F it. But here's the thing. Even when you're not monetizing and making money off of it, it's still someone else's IP. I'll give you the perfect example. When I got out of college, I went to go work in my field of study, and then when I went between my field of study and owning my own business, I did a year stint with a nonprofit organization. Okay, and we basically were painting schools and initiating programs to help young people, that type of fun stuff. And one of our big things was helping to paint elementary schools and kindergarten, stuff like that. And we were using Dr. Seuss aspects. Now, this was a nonprofit. We weren't really making money off of this, but because we didn't ask for permission from the Seuss estate, they gave us a cease and desist order, and we had to stop and do something else. So, I mean, like, here's the thing. Even if you're not using something for monetary gain, if someone says, this is my shit, no, you're not allowed to use it, that's the end of it. Get over it, And if Jim Sterling doesn't like that, well,
it's just that these people grew up and instead of asking to borrow something, they just took it.
Well, I'll tell you what, right? I look at it like this, right? I mean, it's not the same field, right? But in my field, in my line of work, right? Okay, I work for a company, and all my company does is commercial work, right? But with my license, if I want to stay working with the company, I only can do work on the residential side of things. I mean, at points I'm going to do commercial stuff, but I'm not going to let the company know, because the company knows that I have my license also, and it's active, right? But it's like if I'm doing the same type of work as them, it's conflict of interest, right? So I could get in trouble for that. I know what the rules are that is in place, so I follow the rules and nobody get in trouble. There's times where I need certain products and I could get it through my company. They don't even have a problem giving me what I need. If you know what I mean, as long as I'm following the guidelines, I'm good. So I don't understand why these guys feel like they could just do whatever they want to do and not have to deal with the repercussions. I mean, I look at these guys, right? These guys like Jim and all those other big YouTubers. You see, they're doing YouTube. That's their business. I understand it's your business, but if you're gonna run your business, you have to come up with your own original content. That's number one. Number two, you could see these guys doesn't necessarily enjoy gaming like other people. I mean, I look at this stuff that goes on right now with what they call that guy, Triforce and the little kid
Sandy.
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
that kind of stuff inspire me, man. Because when I look at how you see how they're going about getting the subs and stuff.
Well, they look like they're having fun, and
Yeah,
we've already established that's a dirty word in gaming. Look, we don't have fun. We just complain and bitch, and people take other people's work and want to make money off of it. Like, and I started when I saw the article, the video, I started to write a thing, but I was like, I know this comment section. If I write this, all these assholes are going to spam the shit out of me. So instead, I was like, in my head, I'm like, you create a business, you create an IP that's worth billions, because let's keep it real. Even if you take Nintendo's most popular IPs, Mario by himself is probably worth $1 billion. Is Pokemon probably worth more than $1 billion? I mean, their IPs, like, and here's the thing: Nintendo probably has the most valuable first-party IPs in the industry. Okay,
not probably.
Now, the closest you're gonna get in terms of having a valuable IP is maybe Rockstar with GTA. I would say it used to be Call of Duty, but that Infinite Warfare kind of.
Yeah, but here's the thing: GTA is just the name. None of the characters stands out.
Well, exactly. GTA is more like a brand.
Yeah.
Versus Mario is a character. Like Mario, I would say, and I mean, I would keep it real. Nintendo's IP, some of their especially their top 3 IPs are probably more popular than Disney IPs. And if you don't believe me, look how the Amiibo are doing better than Disney Infinity.
Guess what? I'm gonna tell you guys something, man. My son he's making 3 in about a week, right? I'm gonna have a party for him. You'll see the surprise. I'm gonna post some pictures on Google Plus. You'll see what he rocks, what he does, man. he's already trained. He knows most of the He cannot speak properly, you know what I mean. But he knows. You show him the Nintendo. You show him the characters. He knows them.
You know what? And yeah, you're right. And again, that's cool, and we all see that. Let me address something here. Like, so, Foodie Points, like, conveniently, Nintendo has a YouTube program that gives users permission to monetize their content with their respective videos, and no big YouTubers want to use them. Shaking my head. That's why
I use it, but I'm not.
I use it, but I don't monetize it either. But here's the thing, though. That's what I'm saying. Look, I just showed an example of me using a video that have only a still picture on Nintendo when I did the Zelda DLC thing. No copyright claim.
Let me put it this way. How dare you, Fruity Puncher, try to make sense? This is not about making sense. This is about making this is about taking some shit that's easily fixed and making it that's a non-issue and making it into
it's not even that. Like I said, I sell my music, and if you don't believe me, you could go and check out the guidelines from Amazon and iTunes, the 2 biggest, and Walmart too, but the 2 biggest digital stores in the world is those 2. You know much, because you said Nintendo gets 30% or whatever YouTube take out of it, and then they give you the 70%. You know how much Amazon gives you? 70%. You know what iTunes give you? 70%. It's the same thing, so better to get something than nothing.
Remember, Liger, Nintendo is an anti-consumer company. Remember that is what they want you to believe.
Yeah,
you believe, not me.
Well, what does that even mean?
I've said this before, and this might get this. Someone's going to say that's not true, but hear me out when I draw the comparison. Nintendo is like is like the black people of the industry right now.
No.
Allow me to explain before anyone says, that's not true. No, think about it. Okay, really think about it. When black people historically, not all the time, but a lot of the accomplishments that black people have done, there's like an aside next to it. There's like it never has quite the legitimacy when other people do it, because it always seems to be kind of like, hey, well,
That's true.
The idea of heart surgery was put forward by a black guy, Dr. Vivian. I forgot his name, but his last name was Vivian. The guy who created refrigeration for mass transit of produce and food goods and stuff like that. Like major things, the traffic control, a better hopper for coal for steam locomotives, and like a lot of things that really make the modern world as we know about it better. But you don't hear about that because it gets buried and distorted and discounted. Now, with Nintendo, it's a lot like that. It's like, well, actually, everything they do, well, but it's okay to steal their shit. But when they get wise about it and like protect, and here's the thing, it's like they have a partnership program. They could be like other partnership programs and take more. Like, look, we'll give you 70%, you give us our 30% cut, we'll call it even. Because let's keep it real. That little bit of shit they're getting from YouTube is nothing compared to what they make off their first party shit. It's literally, it's some crumbs on the table, okay? Oh, well, that's nice. Put this in some soup. So people just need to just calm the fuck down. Just calm the fuck down, relax, go smoke a joint if that's what you like. Go have a cigarette.
Hey, one thing I would love people to take Jim advice and go to the Nintendo World Store and do what he tell them to do.
Boy, they would get the wood shampoo.
I would love, check this out, and I would love for them to say, hey, well, Jim told me exactly what to do.
No, I want them to be like hip hop the robot, and go look. Since piracy's okay, go pirate their Switch. Go see what happened to your ass. Yeah, I'll be waiting for you. Go.
Well, okay, like I said, if they do that,
no blood was shown.
If they're gonna do that, they will get the wood shampoo, as I call it. If they want to go get that, they could go ahead and get that. But I mean, my answer to that is this. You say that Nintendo is blocking you for other stuff. And once again, please put on NFL on your channel. Put on NBA, NHL, MLB, FIFA World Cup. Put any of those videos currently on your channel and see if you won't get strike.
Hey, but like,
yeah.
But Jim been coming off salty as hell recently, man. It's not even just about Nintendo, boy.
Yes.
It seems like I think I know what been happening. I think he been getting boycotted by a lot of big businesses that he normally used to work with. So now he's salty as hell.
No, he's having that thing Mr. T mentioned, the peroxide thing.
No, you don't know because he got all the consoles, so I don't think that.
Yeah, no, I think you see, because I think because it seems like sometimes when he start talking crap he shouldn't probably necessarily should be talking about. So I think that's
well. I was just saying, if you want to prove what I just said wrong, just get those companies and use those products that they put out and see if you won't get copyright with the quickness.
You know what I think it is? Okay, the hot game that's coming out next week is Zelda Breath of the Wild. Okay, and everyone wants to all these little assholes who've been shitting on Nintendo for the last 2.5 years, more or less, are like, oh man, I got to get on this because it's the hot game. And let's keep it real. Nintendo is going to be dropping bombs because. They're going to be dropping bombs all year long once the system drops. They're going to be bomb after bomb after bomb after bomb, or try to, because we all know Nintendo sometimes. They try to line them up, but sometimes, that quality gets in the way. But anyway, but they're going to try and drop bombs. And, they know that they're going to be able to increase their viewership and therefore their money by doing that. Here's the problem. They didn't join the partnership. They don't want to join the partnership because they think Nintendo's going to take away their creative freedom, which, I mean, here's the thing. There are people who join the Nintendo partnership who are actually critical of Nintendo sometimes, like Black Nerd, Andre from Black Nerd Comedy. That dude sometimes says he's critical, but he's not an asshole about it. See, you can be critical of people without being an asshole about it.
Yeah, and he still said the whole thing about the YouTube stuff, which I still say, why would you say that?
Mm-hmm.
That's weird. You said
Yeah.
it too, which is weird. But I know I didn't mean to take what you just saying. Go ahead, Red. Sorry.
But I mean, like, here's the thing: you just because you're part of something doesn't mean you have to be blind to its faults. Because no company is perfect. Every company has issues. And but I'm just saying that overall, if you really want to think about it, like here's the thing: people are like, Nintendo's fucking me over. First of all, you're using their shit, motherfucker. I mean, you know, it's like someone. It's like a vendor. If I allow this, it's like if I had a vendor at one of my establishments, and I'm like, okay, you need to give me 30% of your cake, and which really is like normally it's like 40 or 50 in some places, and like I'm only taking 30, and you know, oh, how dare you? But you're using my shit to get as a platform. I mean, I can't just let you come in here for nothing. I need something, you know. But
Well, like I said, all I'm saying though is the whole is like I said, Jim just being for some weird reason a crybaby about it. And the thing about it too, the thing about it, like, I just showed who claimed my videos in the video, but he just showed the front part of the page. I bet he didn't. I wonder why he didn't want to show the other part of the video like I did, because I bet he had some other people who claim other than Nintendo, but he would have just defiled his argument. That's what I know that's what it was.
Haven't you noticed people wants to like they think they're legally above the law. I mean, Angry Joe planned to sue Nintendo. Now we have jokers saying they want to pirate their shit. Like, what the fuck do these gamers think they
I mean,
are?
the thing about it, which is so stupid, is if you do that, then the industry itself will fall apart. You idiots.
No, it's not only that. It's like, why the fuck do you think you're morally superior just by using stuff from another person?
And the thing about it, like,
and thinking you can actually sue them or do like,
but here's the thing though, there are games that are inspired by Nintendo. That's the gameplay is from Nintendo in a regard, but the IPs are totally different. Axiom Verge. The creator said, "Hey, this Metroid was the reason whatever."
Yep.
The game is like Metroid, but it's not their IP. It's their stuff originally.
even that fan-made game, that Metroid 2 remake, the guy came out and said, "Look, listen, it's nice that you're downloading this, but really you should be going out and downloading Metroid 2 Return Samus off of the Virtual Console. Like, you should be playing the original."
Highlight that.
You know, and
People
here's the
don't want to
thing.
highlight that.
Well, my point is that it was a fan-made thing, and he still was like, "Yeah, this thing is, you need to go play the original." Like, people just need to stop being so, what's the word I'm looking for?
Entitled.
Asshole-ish about the whole
I
thing.
mean, he basically made it for fun.
Battle.
He didn't want any profit from it. And he actually said, if you really enjoyed a Metroid franchise, just get Metroid 2, buy it. But no, all these people cared about it. All this hard work he did, now it goes to waste for some reason, which he didn't mind. He didn't mind at all. But
Well, it was the same thing. It was the same thing I said when the people did the whole the Unreal Engine Zelda stuff. They're like, yeah, I know what I got claimed. I just wanted to see what happened to see if I could get it up there. And even me and Ray, we did a video, not a video, but we talked about it in the podcast. How that person still had problems getting Zelda Ocarina of Time because it looked pretty, but it had no hit detection, no AI, a lot of stuff. So it's just like, but he was like, hey, it is happening. It was cool. I just wanted to see what it was. Kind of like how Drake, Drew would have said he was on the last podcast, which he was like, I'm cool with this. I'm liking Unreal Engine is free, cool, like making a game of a game. That's all it is. But people, again, try to go. And I mean, I think, and we all said it here many times. So we're gonna change the topic in a little while, but in a couple of seconds. But we all said it here in the middle time. This is the only place that let this shit happen. Really, I don't really see that much industry that does what the gaming industry does, because you can't do that in cars, can't do that in movies, you can't do that in, like I just said, with sports and everything and tech property. You can't do it in music. So why? you think that you're gonna be above the fray, even though the laws extend beyond whatever. I like what you talked about. Nintendo just using the law and using the law in their regard. So we should use it against them and copyright and pirate their game. Yeah, whatever.
Well, first of all, okay, look, the whole piracy thing. First of all, it's kind of like that thing between emulation and like technically, like if you own the original thing, technically speaking, you are allowed to copy that ROM of the original in case to make a copy if something happens.
But you can't sell it. That's all the difference.
You can't sell it. You can't do anything like that. But technically, you're allowed to do that because you're allowed to create a backup for the data.
No, yeah.
But here's the thing. I mean, like the average consumer, you don't have the devices necessary in order to do that yourself. So, I mean, a lot of people, how they got into gaming was through, emulation or hacking or whatever. I'm not going to get. I can't really get angry about that because, I mean, a lot of people, they didn't have the money for it because gaming is an expensive hobby. But for someone like Jim Sterling, it's like, you know what you have to do, okay? You either enter into the Nintendo Creator Program thing, or you get if you're part of a partnership on YouTube, you can do it through them. Either way, it's a simple, easy solution.
But they don't want to give that 30%, which is what now?
That's nothing.
Somebody else? Yeah, it's weird. But anyway, before I let you guys, like I said, it's random talk. I want to finish up my story that was started on another channel. I'll finish it off. So, because basically, Foodie Puncher and I think Josh was asking what you guys are playing. So I'll let you guys answer that. But before that, I want to finish up my Cold Steel. Like I said, why it was pretty cool to me. Like, so basically, what it was, like I'm getting to the boss. The boss in the 6th chapter. I'm getting into it. Like I said, I went in the first time, thought everything was going all right. He used this powerful move, took everybody out, so I died once. Went back in there. Once again, used up all my super moves for all 7 characters to get his ass down there. He used his super move, but I surpassed it by luck. I said, good. One of the person survived, and I reset up my whole team again. Beat him, thinking, okay. I said that's it. We should be good or whatever. Then the boss of him walked down, and again I said in the first, like I said, 2 chapters ago, they did this as a kind of time thing. You're never gonna beat him or whatever. Even though I was beating him, they just wanted to get a certain level, and then they gonna say, okay, well, he was beating me because they had to continue the story. So I got to the point now. I'm like, all right, I'm like, wait a minute, and I jumped straight into that battle. I'm like, really? Seriously, I gotta fight him, and he already is a strong person. Like, really? So I went in there, and of course, I lost because 2 of his minions are the same people I had when I had my rage thing I did with the whole glyph, like I said, that come out of petrified people. And point taken, I'll tell that story too, which is funny too. That's what I like about this game in a way. But I said, all right, I lost that. I gotta start all over again. I did so I went from the beginning. Couldn't save up my energy because I had the first boss is a power boss, otherwise a strategy person.
Is this still Blades of Cold Steel?
Yeah. Got through all of that. Basically, I won it, but my point was saying that it took me 1 hour and 30 minutes to get those 2 boss battles done. It's strategy. I died a couple times, and I came back because one person survived, so I had to think, okay, move from here, revive him because he could revive a lot of people. Go there, like it would go back and forth. So I died twice in the battle, and then I went and said, okay, I gotta have a strategy. 2 bosses back to back, 1 hour and 30 minutes. Like, damn, I beat it. I felt good beating it, and I was like, all right, still got a story to go. And then I told Addison about another part of when I was doing a quest for somebody else, which is a required quest. I was fighting these 2 monsters. And they have something called stone juice, which basically does the same thing like the petrify. Like once they turn you into stone, you can't move. You need somebody else free to unpetrify you so you could move. Or if nobody's like that, you basically game's over. So 2 monsters, I'm beating them. I beat one of the monsters. I got 1 monster dead. I got 1 more to go. At all my group together, and it was the monster's turn to attack. When the monsters attacked, I had 3 people whose HP was very high and one that was very low. I'm thinking I'm all right, I'm good. I'm thinking I'm gonna win this. I got maybe about less than 20% of the monsters to defeat it, and everybody's doing great. I'm like, all right. Got into the next thing you know, it was his turn. He used the stone juice on all 4 characters. The character that had a low HP died. All the other 3 characters got petrified, lost the fight. I was like, son of a bitch, that's some luck. Holy crap. So this game, to me, I like it because it keeps you on your toes. The battle system ain't no cheap shit. You can't just say, I'm gonna grind and go in there with overpower thinking out. There's chances in there, and you're gonna have some strategy. So it's been a really good game so far that I'm enjoying it. I have 112 hours in the game. And
I think now you're gonna play the second one.
Again, I gotta see what the ending is, because again, I know what the ending is, but I still want to see how the story gets today. Just like Breath of the Wild, I know what the story.
Why you spoil yourself?
Huh?
Why do you spoil yourself?
I bought two games back to back. I bought 1 and 2 of the same thing, so I know what it was. 2 already has the synopsis already set up, so I know.
Damn.
Well, again, I mean, there are a lot of stories there's a lot of stories like me. Like I said, I know what's going to happen for Breath of the Wild, but I don't know all the story, what's happening between it. So it could be a great game still. The action is good, but the story, I don't know every forbidden story. And Anderson knows because I was telling our residential gamer from afar, and he was like, yeah, you know what? No. Me and him trying to, so it was like, you know, we try to get him to say whatever, but yeah, he understands when I told him the story. So yeah, but it's just one of those games I have been enjoying, and I've been playing so much. And I did put up a post on Google Plus saying, even though I like Breath of the Wild, and it might surprise me still, it might be a game of the year. I don't know. It could be that. It could be Mario. It could still be Hyrule Warriors. I mean, Fire Emblem Warriors. But Cold Steel, and I got 2 to go with it, so it might be really that game right there. But I was just wanted to end that story since I started on the other chat. So I'll ask you guys right here. So
Blasphemy.
Whatever. So since you talked up, what game you playing? What you been playing, Brownie?
I've been finishing up my backlog, my PS3 backlog. I finished Tomb Raider. I finished Vanquish. I started and finished Guacamelee finally, which, by the way, damn, get those special mask pieces. Jesus.
Yeah,
it's a really good game. I'll say this too. Going to what Red said a while back earlier too, like, you know, Nintendo don't get credit for certain things. I stated many in my video before a long time ago. I do not call some of these games Metroidvania. They're not Metroidvania.
Guacamelee is a Metroid game. It really is.
No. I give it to the people who made the game. It's a Metroid game. It's not a Metroidvania.
It even has Chozo statues. Which, I mean, they readily admit that they're Chozo statues.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that I don't like because even Igarashi said when he made out Symphony of the Night, he said I borrowed a lot of stuff from Metroid. Metroid was the game. I'm not gonna give credit to something else that didn't do nothing. Cause we don't do Grand Theft Auto. You know, we don't do that. You know, mix one with the other. We don't give credit to what it's supposed to be. So I don't like that. So I call it Metroid games. I don't call it no Metroidvania. But anyway, so yeah, Guacamelee is a pretty good game. Anything else you want to join out add to that?
I'm still trying to finish Golden Sun.
Which one?
The DS.
Which one?
From the DS.
Oh, okay.
The original or
Lost DS.
The DS one.
Yes.
Oh, you mean Dark Dawn?
Yeah.
All right, that's pretty cool. What about you, CB? What games you been playing?
I've been playing Final Fantasy 15, Pokemon White 2, and Digimon World Next Order. I'm mostly Final Fantasy 15 is a really good game. I think you dedicated a lot of hours to it.
Okay, that's pretty good. I'm happy you enjoyed it.
I really want to hear the Digimon one.
The both of y'all in the same country, you know. Y'all need to talk.
The Digimon game is really awesome, but the evolution system is a pain in the ass. You have to have like
they haven't fixed that one.
You have to have like a guide, and believe me, I messed up first times.
Okay, that's
Good.
cool.
Interesting, because I played the first one and the Digi-Evolution was also messed up, but is the battle improved or is the
Yeah,
mapping?
the battle system is really improved from the first Digimon World game. I mean, you can give commands easily by using order points, and you can use their finishing moves. And it's a lot more dynamic. And
Oh, that's
and
good.
and the partner AI is much better. The only reasons, in the end, the computer can really rape your ass. You need to grind a lot, like in the gym, to be able to take it. Because I was now in a point where I turned off the game because the fucking enemies would just leave your Digimon like really low on HP. I had
Okay.
I had to waste recovery. Then the other enemy Digimon would just mess up my team again, and I like, God damn it! I've been 7 days training for this crap.
Okay, one important question, the final one. Do they die
Yep, after 20
But-
days.
after 20? Dang.
You,
Again, you guys are in the same country. You could basically, and your country.
Brownie, you just gotta get out of your house and try to look for
I know,
them.
right?
You know what?
I do get out
You
of
know
my
what?
house.
This reminds me, like, whenever people talk about Digimon, like, and I know there's like Digimon games because I played like 3 of them on the PS1 and PS2. But whenever I think about Digimon, I just think about those damn Tamagotchi back in the day. And the
They were
side
basically
note from that.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's what he said. No, yeah, I
they
can see
die
that.
after 20 days and cleaning up
Digimon.
digital shit. And you know what? Yeah, no, I'm sticking with Pokemon because at least I can keep my Pokemon forever.
Got you.
yeah, I hate that mechanic, so I agree.
Since you talked, what about you, Red? What you been playing?
Well, I beat Tales of Berseria.
Okay.
I'm gonna readily admit I blazed through that game because I downloaded a trainer.
Okay.
I'm a cheap bastard. It has on disc DLC. So yeah, that's not cool. Let's see. I blazed through that, beat that. It's okay. Like the main character, this is supposedly the first Tales game with a female main character, which is it's bullshit because if you play Tales of Xillia 2, you could choose as the main male character Jude something or Mia Maxwell, who was the female.
Yeah, Mia.
Yeah, Mia Maxwell was the first female protagonist. But hey, who's that's picking the straws. But yeah, I blazed through that. I've been playing Darksiders 2, the definitive edition, because it's fun and I enjoy it, and I got it. I paid like $2.99 for both games, even though I had the first one off of Bundle Stars. So you might be able to still get that deal, $2.99 if you have a gaming PC. Perfect. But yeah, and basically I played through the original Darksiders to prepare me for Breath of the Wild. Not because it's anything like it, and now I'm playing through the second one because, like, kind of like how Enuma has said that, like, they're dungeons, but also getting to the dungeon is kind of like a puzzle within itself. And they kind of do that. They kind of do that same thing in Darksiders 2, where it's like, yeah, you have a massive open world, but there's like dungeon-like puzzles in the open world and stuff like that. So yeah, looking forward. I'm getting prepared. I'm getting into the Legend of Zelda mindset. And I'm getting, I'm flexing my Zelda muscles because it's been a while since I played a Legend of Zelda that really tested me. And this is, I think this is going to be one of them where I'm going to be like, God damn, this is good. This is the good shit right here.
All right.
Next
Well,
Friday.
the next, my question: will the next Zelda top Final Fantasy 15 open worldness? Because
Yes.
Final Fantasy 15 is an amazing game, right?
Man, you're talking to the wrong person because I played and beat Final Fantasy 15. I was
Yeah.
like,
You're
yeah, I'm
talking-
not impressed.
Okay,
but
well,
I get it.
Right. No, it's I played it. Like I said, I was part of the thing. I will tell you the answer will be yes. CB from I played the game more than most people here, and yes, it is.
Yeah,
Zelda is more better than Final Fantasy 15.
I like Final Fantasy 15 more than Xenoblade. That's saying something because I'm a huge ass Xenoblade fanboy. But I just like the Kingdom Hearts-esque battle system. At the same time, you do have to use strategies in battle, and I love the game. The world is really, really beautiful. The world of Final Fantasy 15.
Man,
I'm
you're
gonna say
talking to
something
the
about
wrong
Final
person.
Fantasy 15.
Yeah,
man.
you're still talking to the wrong person because I hate Kingdom Hearts. There you go. Look, what you love about it, I'm like, Kingdom Hearts?
I'm gonna say something about Final Fantasy 15, man. I love that game so much, right? I turn it on and probably spend about 40 minutes on it since December, and I haven't touched it since.
You're right.
I'm not saying it's a
You can
bad
talk
thing.
about
It's
I know.
It's not it really not my. I mean, you're comparing it to Xenoblade. I mean, I guess if you want to compare it like that, I guess you could. But
No, but I love Xenoblade.
I don't think it's comparable. I think the two games are completely different. But that's
Yeah.
just my opinion.
Yeah, but
Xenoblade.
I love Xenoblade too. I mean, it's not like I hate. I mean, I'm a huge ass Xenoblade fanboy, especially of the first one.
Yeah.
I just can't stand those dudes running around looking like that, man. I mean, that's just me.
Yeah.
Really?
Like for me,
I'm just saying. I mean, I just can't stand it, man. It's just running around without shirts and all that bull
for
crap.
me, Final Fantasy 15 just wasn't the like if they didn't call it Final Fantasy 15, if they called it like Final Fantasy Versus, I would be okay with it. But it doesn't feel like a Final Fantasy game to me.
I wouldn't feel. I won't agree with that, Red. If they just name it something completely different, not with any kind of Final Fantasy in the name, I would have said yeah, because the battle system and thing is that's not. To me, that's not Final Fantasy, man.
Like give me like 8-9 playable characters with intricate side stories and I can equip them and do little side stories that go deep into their character and stuff. Don't make me watch a fucking movie to find out other backstory. I mean, I'd be like, yeah, this is cool.
But I agree with SK.
They can't do that.
I can't wait to play it though.
I agree with SK. It does not feel like believe me, it does not feel like a Final Fantasy at all. But you can't deny that it's a good game.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's a bad game. I haven't gone into it too much to say.
You're the contrarian out of this one.
I can totally deny that it is a game.
I haven't.
And if my name is any indication, I do love when some series take a huge spin for a different type of approach of art style because it helps keep the series fresh.
Okay, let's put it this way.
Yeah,
I don't think it helps. I don't help you. Look, I myself again when I played before, these guys did the same thing too, and I like Final Fantasy 15 because again I'm an action RPG person, so I'm different from Red. Red more wants JRPGs. I like more action JRPGs. That's why I like Tales so much because Tales brought me back into it. Now between Xenoblade, the X. Like I say, if I tell the truth, Final Fantasy 15 to Xenoblade, the original Xenoblade, I say, maybe close, but I still say Xenoblade. Chronicles, different aspects. I can't say because a whole mech and doing something else, and now you got a flying car. Ooh, okay, whatever. But I will say, whatever. But I will say, I will say that. Playing that I never played, and again I know Vicky from Gamers Logic, like she got back into it, and I was like, after playing 9, I played 10. I never touched a Final Fantasy game because it didn't intrigue me, and this one did. No,
Yo, I'm gonna let you finish, but Final Fantasy VI is the best in the series.
Well, you shut up.
You just pulled a Kanye, you bastard.
Y'all need to play Final Fantasy 3.
Yeah. Well, that is. Well, in America, that's 6.
The DS. I mean the DS. The real Final Fantasy 3.
Well, I mean, like, here's the thing. Final Fantasy 3 is essentially a remake of the first Final Fantasy. Except it's got an expanded job system and everything like that.
Exactly.
Like, in my opinion, Final Fantasy really hit its stride, like, during the 16-bit generation, because they started to get a handle on story and, like, characters that you actually cared about. Like, I cared about Cecil, except for he had a really stupid name. It's like, man, you're gonna kill all these people, but he's coming to kick your ass. Who? Cecil.
Hey, let me ask you guys a question.
Mr. Red Fox, I think Final Fantasy 9 is like the peak of the series.
Well, everybody, let's not go down this road. Yeah, let's not go down this road. Everybody has their own one that's good.
Everyone has their favorites, but like, here's the thing. I like Final Fantasy 9. I think it was underappreciated for its time because people had basically had their mind blown by 7. But I hate to break this to you. 7's not that good of an RPG. It's basically just the thing that made 7 a lot of people like 7. Well, the thing that made 7 such a big thing was that it had like I said, it had $200 million put in, like, of 1999 money in its, like, advertisement, which now that'd be like 400 million. That's a lot of fucking money for advertising, and that was just advertising. That wasn't the towards the budget. That was just advertising the damn thing. So of course, people have a lot of nostalgia bound up into it. But if you get down to the nitty gritty, Final Fantasy VII is just a 3D version of what we'd seen before on the SNES, but not nearly done as well. Like, I don't think the characters were as developed in 7 as they were in 6. Or 4.
For that.
Hey, let me ask you guys a question, man. Is it weird for me to say, right, that
yes,
and this is a different. This is a different topic, right? But is it weird for me to say, right, that my favorite Zelda game, right, is a Zelda game I didn't even beat, man?
Which was it?
Let me get Zelda.
Ocarina of Time.
I'm about to say Zelda 2.
No. And I can tell you why, right? Because I remember when I got the N64, right, and we got the Zelda game, came out, we got it launch day. My brother, I started out playing it, and then my brother took over, right, and just the type of stuff that was going on in the game and the music of the game, and I could have just sit. It's like. We had this thing kind of set up that nobody is gonna play that game unless everybody is in front of the TV watching, right? And I remember, all like in the night or when I'm actually just hanging out, just chilling out by myself and stuff. I catch myself humming the tunes of that game all the time, and I remember. Yeah, and I just remember like all these stuff that was going on in that game at that time. No game was doing the type of stuff that was doing as far as like the day and night cycle, and just seeing Link pull out the sword and he became a grown man and going through the water temple, watching my brother just struggling and coming into the game, and just the whole thing. I sat down and I watched the whole game.
I bet you. Nintendo America made a ton of money when you had to do that 1-800, 1-900 number to figure out shit. Because I did that shit when I was in St. Thomas. I was like, shit, I gotta keep this away from my mom so she don't see the phone bill.
I never called that.
I did because Zelda. Because I like Zelda. Ocarina of Time was the first Zelda game I ever played. Then I went back and played stuff.
Me too.
Zelda was the first game, then I went back and played the others. The same thing with Metroid. I played Metroid
2, Return of Samus. Yep.
Then went back and played 1, and then come forward, with everything else. Yeah.
I started with Ocarina of Time too, so we're 3.
Now, see, I was one of those people that this is how I understand these Metroid fanboys who are like, I only like Metroid Prime. That's the pinnacle of the series, except like the reverse portion of it, because my favorite Legend of Zelda for the longest time, and still in my mind, it's still like my favorite was Link to the Past. But Link to the Past was the first Legend of Zelda I played and beat. Okay, now it wasn't the first one I played. It was the first one I played from start to finish, and just really enjoyed it. And then I went back and I played the original and the second one on the NES. And then when Ocarina of Time came out, like I loved Ocarina of Time during the N64 age, but I had played that was the only game I had for like 8 months. So I played and beat it so many damn times that now I'm like Ocarina of Timed out. Like if I ever play that game again, I even have it on the 3DS. I'm like I'm done. I can't.
But Red, but that actually made it.
Excuse me.
But you did play the Master Quest, though, right?
I have the Master Quest on the GameCube version.
No, I'm just saying you played it. That's all I'm asking.
I played it and it felt a little bit fresh, but after a while, it's like, how many times can I see the Great Deku Tree wither and die? Like, how many times do I have to watch unskippable ass cutscenes?
You know that made it your favorite Zelda game, right? Yeah. I mean, you played it so much. You played it so much that you got tired of playing it. That's your favorite Zelda game.
No, that's not it. But yeah.
I'm the type that starts with the first of every series, but so I play Zelda 1 first, never beat it, but my favorite is still Wind Waker.
Yeah, but the thing is, okay, here's the
thing. You just told a lie, cause you younger than most of us.
Yeah.
You started the series.
I just threw the power emulation at the time.
Yeah, exactly. See what I'm talking about?
Here's the problem. See, here's the problem with me in Ocarina of Time. It's just like when I was playing it, I was like, this is basically a 3D version of Link to the Past. A lot of the same puzzles, just in a third dimension, which is cool. But I mean, my favorite Legend of Zelda still, like to this day, is just I'm sorry. Link to the Past was the first one I played and beat from start to finish. That I still like that game. I thought the presentation was really good. It's one of the few Legend of Zeldas that actually gives you a satisfying epilogue, like as you get to see how your actions actually saved this world. Whereas other Legend of Zelda's like, shit's still fucked up, but we're starting on the right path. Like, in Link to the Past, you get all the marbles. You get to play for all the marbles. It's great. I love it.
So what's your favorite Mario game?
Well, I mean,
World.
Can I do 2D? Can I do 2D or 3D? Can I do 2D? Can I do 2D or 3D? Because they're two completely different things. My favorite 2D one is obviously World, because that's the first one I played, and completed and 100% at that game. And my favorite 3D one is Galaxy 2.
I'm right there with you, man, with both choices.
I know that's although if Odyssey can match Galaxy 2, then I'm gonna be like I'll have to add a third tier to that list. But right now it's Super Mario World and Galaxy 2.
Yeah, so
Can I say my favorite Mario games, because I didn't want to say the Zelda theme, because if I say my favorite Zelda game, I probably get shot. So I can say
if you don't say Mask of and Faces of Evil, Wand of Gamelon, or Zelda's Adventure, then I don't care. Because those are the CDI games. Anything else, you can even say Tingle's Adventure, which I actually played and beat that game.
Link's crossbow training.
That's not that bad.
Treasure Tracker.
My favorite Zelda game is Skyward Sword.
Okay, that's fine.
Mine too.
You can feel a sniper like insane Ocarina of Time fanboy watching me from the distance, ready to shoot.
Not really. Like,
if anyone could list in the most difficult Zelda game, which would it be?
Zelda 2 would be the most difficult one.
Zelda fucking 2 is difficult. It's also my least favorite Zelda.
I would say, Zelda 2. Well, the reason Zelda 2 is difficult for you guys is because, like, you like you guys feel
No.
like, oh man, because you're used to the Zelda formula, but at the time when it came out, we weren't used to it, and we just played it. We didn't, you know.
No, Mr.
I would, you know what?
The game had annoying enemy placement and insane
I have
damage
to-
output.
I would have to, because of its time. Yeah, I have to. Even though you just explained it, Red, I gotta say, yeah, the toughest Zelda game I ever played was 2.
I am Error.
Yeah, but there literally was a dude named Error, though. I mean, they're like, you have to find Error. There's a guy named Error in the game. I don't.
No, I mean, we could when you gotta fight that freaking Deku Knights.
Yeah.
Actually, I have to disagree with you guys. The hardest Zelda game for me is Link to the Faces of Evil.
Okay, you're an ass now. Okay,
People-
get you out of this damn podcast, but I'm just saying that.
People talk about Nintendo suing people. Look, they need to sue Philips for those damn CDI games. Hotel Mario and those 3 Zelda games. That's who they need to sue.
At least Zelda 2 doesn't rape you with terrible controls and horrible dialogue.
What you didn't love that CDI shitty remote control thing?
My
It was
boy.
awesome.
My boy.
Again, don't forget. Everybody talking about that. Don't forget, Link was getting it on before Grand Theft Auto ever thought about it.
Oh yeah.
Can't
and
wait to
here's
find
the
some
thing. Look,
dongos.
Link did not care. Link was going with old chicks, getting some experience. Getting some experience.
Like,
The
come
young
on inside. I mean, I'll
Here's-
help you.
And here's how it made sense, right? The old chicks were filled with magic. What is the sign of magic? Wisdom, experience. So the old chicks would give them experience, and the young chicks would give them health and energy. So I mean, you know, Link was a pimp. Link. Like, here's the thing: on the NES, people were like, "Oh man, Nintendo, they just pirated everything." You do realize that they had Little Nemo, the Dream Master, that had him doing the same thing as Link does, and Link to the Past going into random women's houses and doing God knows what, because it was 8 bits. We had to use our
Imagination.
You know,
Imagination.
but that's a dirty word.
Man.
Now everything has to be rendered in 12K.
Okay.
Actually, the topic on my podcast was about social gamers, but I'll leave that when I do it because I wanted to talk something about it, but it's just that I have a friend in my group that kind of gave them a kind of a funny term to people that only play games for popularity. He calls them popularity whores.
Yeah, look at the final, look, modern day Final Fantasy fan base and the modern day Metroid fan base. It's like, oh, can't play nothing before Prime. What?
Yeah, but those aren't social gamers, right? Like I mean, we're using that as a negative term, but there's nothing wrong with people who only play cards when they're with their friends. They don't gamble for money. They just they play poker for fun. They play Red Dog. $5
No, popularity horses. The term is that a gamer that practically just game to just do gaming just to follow a trend or like.
Well, they're trying to keep up with the Joneses. They're chasing a trend. But the thing is,
the only reason me and Chef came, well, basically Shepard came with it, and maybe we might add social media gaming. Mostly we say that because everybody using Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and all that, and Twitter to get their approval of what games they're playing, and that's what we meant by social. We add media to it, but that's what we meant by social gamers because they're using that, which is popular, like you said, to get their kicks. Because there are people out there, like I said in my videos many times, would buy games that don't really play just to get people to come approve their.
Like I met people that wouldn't even use some Smash characters because they aren't popular.
Yeah, well, I mean, let's keep it real. Everyone is gonna have their preferences.
But characters they like, but they aren't popular enough. I
don't use every character in Street Fighter. I'm sorry.
Oh, you mean like Goku?
But come on, you like something, but you can't admit you like it because it's not popular. Tell me that's not pathetic.
Well, I mean, there's been people like that for years.
I can't say that because one of my favorite characters is Street Fighter Ken.
Yeah, and I mean, like here's the thing. like gamers, there are a group of gamers who play games because they want to hang out with their friends. Like, I remember when that broken Battlefield that's still broken to this day came out, and I think it was Battlefield
Star
4.
Wars one?
No, Battlefield 4. Battlefield 4 came out, and it's still broken to this day. And I went in to buy something else from a GameStop at the time because it was like a GameStop exclusive. I was like, fuck, I'm gonna buy it. And like the guy's like, yeah, I'm getting Battlefield 4. I'm like, but that game is gonna be broken. I mean, the other game was broken. I mean, DICE makes broken games. Yeah, but my friends are playing it, and I want to play it too. I'm like, okay. I mean, that's some peer pressure for your ass. It's like, hey man, I'm gonna have to do these lines of cocaine to become addicted to cocaine. Why? My friends are doing it. I want to hang out with them. I mean, it's not to that extreme.
That's part of it, and also you need like, just like Jim Sterling, just with Jim Sterling, like I said. The only reason Jim Sterling is this saying all the stuff he has because he has all these followers on YouTube and Twitch and Twitter. That's why he does it. He has enough yes men to feel like he's justified, even though he's 110% wrong.
The Lemmings.
Yeah. When you got that one people cheering you on, you feel like you're Superman. You can go against, as Ron Wright says, which I love. The guy said, I am 72 years old, and I'm gonna show you how physical fit I am by standing out here in a hurricane.
You know what I hate?
The problem is not that you. It's not the problem is not that you can stand against the wind. It's not what the wind is doing. It's what the wind is blowing. Yep. If you get hit with a car, I don't come so much push up to do that day. Ain't gonna stop it. Or you get a 2-4 hits across the face at 200 miles per hour. Yeah, I think your head gone ain't gonna matter how much neck push-ups or whatever you did, neck rolls to get.
See what you didn't know? That old man is Saitama, dude.
that old dude is Segata Centro.
that dude when he didn't do it.
He did. That's what he is.
He didn't do it because his family told him they are something called debris and they kill people, so don't do it.
But you know what pissed me off? When people say to you that a game sucks and the only evidence they have, they point to a popular YouTuber reviews saying that the game sucked because said person said it sucks without actually giving any evidence. Believe me.
Star Fox Zero.
It happened to me. And you know the sad thing, I did watch the video,
right.
and the YouTuber that was shitting on the game was shitting for stupid reasoning. And I mean, like, do you really believe that crap? I mean, what the fuck?
But I mean, you can't get yourself hyped to miss the program. Like we just said, like Sprite brought up a good one, Star Fox Zero. People say that, or Federation Force. I didn't listen to nobody else buying that game.
I guess these people that hate on Star Fox Zero never play Command. That game, oh my god.
Yeah, like okay. You want to talk about shitty controls? Let's keep it real. I'll tell you some games that had some shitty controls. Mario 64 DS. Playing that game with a damn stylus? No. I'm sorry, no. Diddy Kong Racing 64. Oh, if you instead of you just pressing the acceleration button in order to get a free boost like you could on the N64 version, you use the stylus. Oh my God, Jesus, no. Okay, Star Fox Command. Look, listen.
The Star Fox controls on the Command was all right. The problem was it was just the story was bad, and the repetition, the way to kill the guy, all that man had to do was spin the circle over and over again to spin it to do a barrel roll into the ship. That's the only way to do it. And then the damn missiles too was like, really, you got a line one two of the lines, bam, your ship basically Great Fox is destroyed. I'm like, what?
But people has always been bitching about Star Fox games, so it's not like I'm surprised about Zero, because Assault was also shit on, Adventures was also shit. I think only Star Fox 64 is like the only game the Star Fox fan base really likes, to be honest.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah. And
Why isn't just a Star Fox 64?
Well, the thing is that they love Star Fox 64, and they completely ignore the fact that Star Fox 64 has some issues. If you're like, look, it's not a bad game, but it has some issues, and like that multiplayer is kind of not all the way
Well,
there.
that's one of the reasons why they didn't put it in freaking Zero, because it's boring. I said it then.
People need to understand that people that don't like chocolate exist. They need to understand.
I understand people like chocolate don't exist, but the problem is though, when you taste a bad chocolate and somebody repackage it and you still like you forced to say, "Man, that was shitty chocolate." You know, I ain't tasted this. Everybody, you know what? Let me put it this way: every one of us have done this to a degree. Maybe not all of us. Let me rephrase it. But we remember something that we like that tasted bad a long time ago. But something my mind tell me is because of a child or something that it tasted right. What's going on, man? I can't figure why. Should I taste this? Yep, that was bad. I remember how bad it was. Now I remember that crap.
But you know, I've noticed a trend that some opinions tend to change with when it's trendy to change. Like I remember Twilight Princess got flagged when it was released, and Twilight Princess when the remakes were released, people were in love with Twilight Princess, just plastering everywhere. And well, I don't know if I should say this. Twilight Princess for me is like my least favorite Zelda game. It's like
Fair enough.
It's just the dungeon design for me didn't do it. The Twilight Princess. And I thought it was one of the easiest Zelda titles I played in my life.
Well, I mean, it is for me. Twilight Princess is basically them doing what they wanted to do. Like Twilight Princess feels like what they wanted to do with Ocarina of Time, but the technology just wasn't quite there. Like, I mean, I guess subconsciously, I feel like when I play Ocarina of Time, I'm like, so much missed opportunity because there's some cool shit in Ocarina of Time, but they just didn't have the technology at the time. I like Majora's Mask more than Ocarina of Time.
That's what Numa said. That's what Numa says.
And then you play Twilight Princess, and Twilight Princess for me, it's one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite 3D Zeldas.
It's my favorite Zelda game. Is Twilight Princess,
and it has one of my. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm gonna say I like the story. I like the characters. I like that they give the village its own setup for every character in it. Yep. It gives the Gorons its own like right now. Again, I am watching Twilight Princess the movie through Zelda TV, like a Zelda Universe TV, like I was talking about, and I like how they're going through it again. Yes, they have bosses that was pretty easy. Don't get me wrong, but some of the gameplay mechanics I love, like the two hook shots. Love those.
Those dual hook shots are badass.
Dual hook shots was fun. I love the sand.
I'm not saying that I hate Twilight Princess.
No. We got that. We never said you should say that.
Of all the Zeldas, is like the 3D ones, because I do separate the 2D from the 3D Zeldas. Like
no, we got you. We never said you said that, CB. Nobody's saying that you said.
No, it's just to clarify. Just to clarify, because when I say least favorites, at least in some circles I am, some people tend to take that like I say I hate the game and start attacking me. So
let me help you out. You're not in those circles. We don't care for that. We said you said you like that. You like Skyward Sword. I like Skyward Sword too, but again, everybody has their own opinion, just like we did with the Final Fantasy. Everybody has a game that stand out to them. I was just saying that Twilight Princess, I loved it. Like I said, that I love fighting Argon. It's like certain things in the game that made me felt that I really enjoy, including when they use.
I love the story of Twilight Princess.
For me, it's like when I saw the what do they call the thing again? The daggone spinning thing. I forgot to call it the spinner. The spinner. When I saw the spinner, I was like, okay, how am I gonna use this? It's gonna be whatever. But when they used that for the boss fight, I was like, damn, this is really damn good.
That boss fight was awesome.
And plus, in my opinion, the Link from Twilight Princess is the most this is the most getting your ass Link we've ever seen. Like this Link looks like I mean, up to this point, Link Link was like this young kid. I mean, like in his like either teens, like he looked like a young kid. But the Link in the Twilight Princess, like from the start of the game, he's just a young dude. You know, he's basically a ranch hand. But by the end of that game, especially when he turns into a wolf and he comes back, he's like, look, listen, Ganon, you know, all these other iterations mess with you. They were kids, but I'm gonna get in your ass.
Well, I mean, and the one thing about it too is like every time we meet the boss, I always love when he did the signature. Cause I was surprised they didn't do it in Skyward Sword, which would have been cool. The signature to resheath his sword. Yep. Like as they sheathed it back, I was like, wow, okay, that's pretty cool. He's like, all right, I just whoop your ass. Yep, that's it. And I thought about this Skyward Sword.
But think about it. This is how badass Wolf Link is. He's coming back for Breath of the Wild.
Yep. I already have the amiibo.
Don't remind me. I don't have the amiibo. Jeez.
I have the amiibo.
Yeah, I could see this right now. Like Wolf Link, you play Breath of the Wild, and Wolf Link's like, you know what? You really don't get tired of getting your ass whooped, don't you? I had to come back and whoop your ass again. I mean, you think at a certain point, Ganon be like, you know what? I'm the only male Gerudo. I'm going to be busy with all these hot, dark-skinned women now. I'm not going to take over the world. Really. I mean, look, I've got all these hot Gerudo women, and I'm the only male Gerudo. Why do I need to take over the world? I mean, shit. This is a bad idea.
I got you, but like I said, to go back, like I said, we have the Zeldas. Like I said, technically speaking, we got what? We got 1 week left for this ready to basically a weekend and
yes.
So it's gonna come out. Like I said, I got my pre-order for a Wii U. So
well, guess what?
What?
You guys here talking? You know what I'm doing?
You're playing?
No, I just purchased my my micro SD card.
Okay.
I'm pre-ordering my case right now.
Damn, man.
I want to say, like I said, maybe I wanted to do a video about this later on, not no time soon, because I was talking to Anderson about this, and I see more stuff now, and I'm looking more computer. Like I gotta get me a second computer for stuff, and you could do this. For people out there who always say, "Man, I want to get into PC gaming, but it's difficult. I can't build my own PC and stuff like that." This week, you don't even gotta go ground down. You don't gotta go from ground up, I should say, to build your PC. There's another way you could do things. Here's a simple way. You will get yourself. You will go to Sam's Club, Walmart, whatever. Get one of them. You will get like literally. All you need is basically the graphics card, and some of them, not all of them. All of them go there, but you could get like right now. You could get a refurbished, or you could get one PC that has 16 gigabytes of RAM, DDR4. iCore 7, all that stuff for like $600. All you gotta do is find yourself a compatible Titan or whatever graphics card you have. You got a gaming PC for less than maybe $800, or you could even go lower. Cause like the one I'm buying is a refurbished from somebody else that could do it for $300. Add a graphics card if I want to, but I don't because that's not gonna be my power PC. That's just for work, like for doing something else. But it does. You could do certain way without building from the ground up. The only thing people who build from the ground up is because they know the intricacies of what they want to do in a PC, what they're going to do with it, and that's the difference. But if you're not computer savvy, you could do that and just add on just one thing, and you don't got to do all the dirty work. Because if you add, because a lot of people are like, well, we're not going to buy this piece. Like I give an example. This HP has something called the Envy. Or the Onyx computer. You go buy Envy. You go buy Envy from Sam's Club because Anson was with me when he went with me, but we was having an off-air chat. We were talking like, you gotta get Envy that has one of the I would say just above mid-range iCore 7s. Had a terabyte, had a SD and solid slate, and of course a terabyte. So it's a terabyte, whatever, and that. It had 16 gigabytes of DDR4. All that was for $799, and it had a graphics card in it too. So you could swap it out and do it, and you don't gotta build nothing, whatever. And it's under, again, it's $799. I can't. I mean, you could play, and I've seen people bet. I went on YouTube just to see people benchmarking stuff, and they were playing Battlefield. The new Battlefield that came out last year. They were playing it. They were playing it at 1080p, 60 frames per second.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is this. The amount of money that you would spend on a new console day one, between $600 to $700, let's say between $500 to $800, depending on what you're buying, the games and second control and all that stuff. You could easily get a decent PC, and over time you can, when things go on sale, you could add a better graphics card, you could add a better whatever. Yeah. So I mean, people just need to. Don't let the PC Master Race people push you down saying you can't. No, you could. And again, some of the people, some like me, most of the games I played are not graphic intensive because I don't really care for that stuff. It's not. I want to have, again, that dirty word, just fun games. That's all I care about. How dare you? That is a dirty word. How dare you, sir? How dare you?
I got you.
We don't talk about fun around here. We talk about specs and graphical fidelity and the sweat. You can see the sweat coming out of this dude's pores.
Let's talk about 1080p, 60 frames per second, and how many games run it, and let's talk about how to get those TD flop work. Let's talk about that. Who needs gaming anyway?
Dude, like I said, I've played games. I have played games that are not graphically intensive and had a ball with. Like again, right? Like I said, on my Wii U, like I said,
I want to see the freckles of the main character of the game. Is still a good game.
Okay, don't be like Red now with that bullshit. Okay, you're worn out the welcome mat. But like I said, I played. Rodeo Sky Soldier, the Wii version. I enjoyed it. I ain't care for the damn graphics. I'm caring that this thing is at 60 frames per second, even though it's 40p, 60 frames per second, and I'm enjoying because it's a kinetic game. I don't care for this stuff like that, or Undertale, or Down the Well. I mean, if the game's Box Boy, Box Boy is not even a
fun game. Yeah.
It's just black and white. That's it, black and white in the boxes.
Please bring the third one over.
What people? Well, they're going to localize that eventually.
Yeah,
here's what people need to understand. I mean, it doesn't take a lot to localize those games. Here's what people need to understand. Okay, graphics are there to help with the gameplay. There's how many games have come out since 7th and 8th gen that look pretty good, and then you play it and you realize this game isn't very good, but it looks gorgeous, but it's not very good.
Too many to list. Too many.
Exactly.
But you know that for all those graphics, most of today's main character look bland and generic as fuck compared to the more established franchise main character. I mean, can you name me a main character from a shooter that is memorable?
Yes, I can. So don't say that.
Joanna Dark, Pierce Brosnan from GoldenEye, the shooter sections from Conker's Bad Fur Day, Conker.
No, but I'm talking more of like
modern.
Ford from Conduit. I like
Joanna Dark, the main character from Red Steel 2.
No, but I'm talking about AAA, Super Graphic, PS2, Xbox 360.
Master Chief.
Phil. Let's see. Phil. Chris Jacobs from Mercenaries 2. That was a AAA game. Chris Jacobs. No, really, I like Chris Jacobs from because it was, first of all, you had Phil Lamar from Samurai Jack and Mad TV fame did the voice. You basically got to destroy tons of things. It had cool music. It was from LucasArts. It was a good game from LucasArts. And EA dropped support for it like 6 months after it launched for some reason because EA is evil. But yeah, it was a good game. I enjoyed it.
Maybe Ivan from Double Third, maybe.
I mean, Jack Cooper from Titanfall 2. I like him.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. We're not saying that first-person shooters are bland or generic. We're just saying that a
The
lot of us
characters
here,
in the games aren't really memorable.
well,
Man,
a
that's
lot of us,
what I'm saying is mostly the main characters from today's like PS2, Xbox 360 games that they don't have like
they're kind of generic.
Okay,
they are
generic.
bland and generic.
But,
Both
okay,
in
let me.
design.
You guys say I wouldn't bring it up as I would never say that as an argument because they still as you just said, they still sell the most, so more
Exactly.
people know more than what you just said. It's gonna be nigga. Like I still remember Soap and
Black Ops 2.
So well no, and of course Dixon for Black Ops 2. Holy frig.
Yeah.
He's a nut job on his own. Holy crap.
I mean, the thing is like there are memorable characters. It's just you really have to like the games kind of start. A lot of the first-person shooters start to blend together a little
Oh,
bit
yeah,
because
and
there's
I'm not gonna go with that. Yes.
there's a lot of shit that like there's only so much you can really do in a first-person shooter, which is why when you have a Titanfall which tries to mix it up, it's like wow, Destiny tried to mix it up, didn't really succeed, but they tried.
Because my favorite modern game main character is Nathan Drake from the Uncharted series.
Now see, you've gone too far.
Stop saying that.
You've gone too
Lara
far. Man. You've
Croft.
gone too far. I
Lara
can't.
Croft
No,
is nice.
no.
Man,
it-
what-
A shooter.
No,
I
because
like
Nathan,
Uncharted.
to me, Nathan
I'm
Drake
trying to-
is Lara Croft without any of the puzzle solving. Like the Uncharted series is Tomb Raider with none of the puzzle solving and kind of a more of a douchier main
Well,
character.
you gotta go to Deus Ex as well. That you know, I mean, you have characters. You do have them. It's just that there's the most dominant genre from since the 6th gen has been shooters. I understand the gripe. But I mean, what I was saying is, if shit sells, sell shit.
Yeah. And the sad thing about it is that like I think a lot of us here remember when the mascot wars where everybody had to have a mascot. Like everybody had to have a mascot. And the
Beginning of
mascot
2000s.
I mean
Sonic, X,
no,
Bubby.
The
no
90s.
mascots. No, when you say, see, you're thinking 2000, man. You're thinking too soon. Mascot wars began in the 3rd gen. Mascot wars began in the 3rd gen with Mario and them and the
That
rest.
in the
Of
80s,
everyone with the NES with
Pepsi Man.
Mario and
Mega Man.
Monster Boy and
Arcade.
and Alex Kidd. Like that was when it began.
Bonk. I remember Bonk.
Bomberman.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bonk.
Bonk. The
That-
boy that
what's
big
the name?
that Bonk that.
Had it
Yeah,
big.
he had all the what was it again? Adventure Island. What was his name again?
Commander Higgins or something
Commander
like that.
Higgins?
No,
Oh, yeah.
Master Higgins from Adventure Island. Yeah,
Master Higgins. Oh, Master
yeah,
Higgins.
Master
Okay.
Higgins. I mean, like
Simon Belmont.
Simon Belmont. Like mascots used to be big, and then in the 16-bit generation, we had the Tood era with Sonic the Hedgehog reigning in with, oh my God, we need to have mascots with Tood. Now here's the problem: the Tood era was really hot for a little bit, but all those Tood people are either dead or damn near dead or on life support nowadays. Like Bubsy's gone. Earthworm Jim hasn't
Thank
had a
God.
game in years.
Mega Man is no longer with us.
Well, Mega Man's alive.
I don't know.
The Mega Man's alive. He's just in a coma.
Gotta receive.
Toe Jam and Earl.
Toe Jam and Earl. Yep.
Yeah, Toe Jam and Earl. I mean, like, I
And
love those characters.
And also the 4th and the 5th gen was where basically gamers could have, back when we used to have good, before we used to get this bad title of, we don't got no good movie tie-in games where you get quality none. Back then you had good movie games or comic games or TV games. Aladdin, I love Aladdin on Super Nintendo. That was
It was
course,
just
yeah.
on a Genesis.
Yep. Aladdin.
Yeah, but I mean, sorry.
I'm gonna say you had that. You had also. I mean, not only like you said, Earthworm Jim, which basically became a cartoon in its own thing. Shoot, we also had like the Power Rangers in the Super Nintendo. I liked it. I gotta admit to that one because they did it better than what they're doing now with the bad. Like, I mean, it was a side scroll beat 'em ups. Hell, you couldn't go wrong really with that. Taking the shoot. Now they're doing the 3D beat 'em up thing and it's like sucking. So I don't know why.
And then and then the mascot was still carried on doing the 5th gen. I mean, you had your
And
Mario,
then you
but you still had
then you even had people who made like I have to give I always give the nod up to this. That's when the generation came where we had Noid, Chester Cheater, the freaking Smackums from Skillogs.
Yeah.
You had those.
Sorry, Spot from 7-Up.
But that game, and that's what I'm leaving that last. That game was a cool platform. I was surprised. I rented that, but as a joke. I'm thinking, I got nothing to do. Let's pick it up. And I played that son of a bitch, and we rented it because I didn't beat it. I was like, this is a good game. Holy crap! They put some actual good gameplay in a freaking, because again, the Noid and Dominoes and all that other stuff, they were just cheesy because they had bad hit detection and all kind of stuff.
Mascots basically died like after 5th gen because it's like, where's Klonoa and all of them?
Well, Namco Bandai released because there were some good Klonoa games on the Game Boy Advance, and they who's that? Yeah, where's Klonoa? Where's Tomba? And where's Well, I'm sorry, Tomba was never that good, but
Ty the Tasmanian.
I never played Gex.
I played Gex.
Gecko.
where's Spike from Ape Escape?
I was wondering why Ape Escape kind of just went the way of the Dodo. Really, I was like, and that was a fun little game on the.
Yeah, it was. You know what?
On
it
the
was.
PlayStation.
Yeah.
For Monkey Ball.
Oh God, I and the female monkey from Monkey Ball. By the way, the best version of Monkey Ball, in my opinion, the first one on the GameCube, Super Monkey Ball. Oh my God. Oh Jesus.
I didn't like it on the Dreamcast. That was fun for me because that's my first
version was fun. Yeah.
I'm just saying that was maybe that's my bias because that was the first time I was introduced into it. It was on the Dreamcast.
I had the one on the Dreamcast, but then I lost it. So I got the one on GameCube, and I'm sorry, that analog control stick on the GameCube made controlling II a lot better. So that's why I was kind of like,
like I said, I'm cool with that. I played a couple of them. I didn't a couple of those. Basically what we were saying is, we used to have a different plethora of stuff in the 4th, 5th, and up to the 6th, really. And then we started getting mundane, and the shooters pushed to the forefront, and we lost. Everybody basically lost the imagination, the colorfulness.
Even the games that back then they're like, oh, it's realistic, like with 6th generation gaming. Even then, it was still, it still had fun and make fun of this stuff.
Well, yeah, because like I said, for me, I mean, in the 6th generation, I had a PlayStation 2. I was maybe one of the few people who bought. Technically speaking, I bought every except no, I'll be lying. I bought every iteration of Okami except for the HD. Because I'm like, fuck y'all. I know what y'all did it for.
Because I mentioned it because look how over the top the physics and stuff is for San Andreas compared to like the newer stuff. San Andreas is still fun, and it's not even the most realistic.
Exactly. I mean, because here's the thing. San Andreas and Vice City, they basically built this living, breathing world. Now, it's very primitive compared to what they can do now, but they built this living, breathing world. And literally, you can get in your car, turn on the radio, listen to a weird-ass talk show where some lady admits that she killed all her ex-husbands, and you can listen to some ultra right-wing guy get called in, and he accused one of his long-time listener, first-time callers to not liking America because she has some problems. I mean, you can, and plus it has some good music. You can do that. Whereas now games are they lack character. I'm sorry.
Not all of them, but you gotta find a diamond in the rough. Like I said, when I go through my Wii U collection, I am gonna do that too. But when I go through my Wii collection, now I'll say this: this is the only time I was, and I'm not gonna lie about it. The one time that I was a genre ridden, being that I kept one thing keep on going, was a Dreamcast. Majority of my Dreamcast library, because it was such great arcade, it was great important arcade machine. Was fighters. I got a bunch of fighters for Dreamcast. I just bought Marvel vs. Capcom 1, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Mark of the
Street
Wolves,
Fighter versus
X-Men.
X-Men. Yeah.
Capcom vs. SNK 1 and 2,
Power
Mark of the
Stone.
Wolves, Power Stone 1 and 2. Like it was
Bomberman
my
Online.
it was my fighter. That was the only time I was genre written that my most I stick to that one thing. But when I go through my Wii collection, I got so many different genres that I did. And again, if you want to see what I'm talking about, you can go to I have a video on my channel called "Why I Hate Gaming Now." Like it's a rant because nobody's doing different genres no more. Everybody's sticking to 2, 3, and that's about it. And I admit to it when I was sick with Dreamcast, but I also when I had a Dreamcast, I had a GameCube. When I had a GameCube, I had a PlayStation 2. So I was doing different things still.
Can I ask you guys a question? What do you guys think about the new Crash Insane trilogy?
Well, I mean, Anderson says he's gonna be picking it up. I'm looking at. I'm gonna wait and see.
I
I'm
think
not
it's
saying
okay.
Yeah,
Because
it's-
I'm
think
a
it's
Crash-
I'll wait. Yeah, I'll wait
right?
to see what. I'll wait to see what happens. That's all.
I love
It's only PS4,
I
right?
love Crash, so I want to see if I want to get it or not.
Well, that's what you gotta do. That's just what you just said. Because, like, for me, like, I want to pick up. I want to pick up Street Fighter, the new challenger. But something in my back of mind says Capcom. It's just,
Yeah.
Just Street
It's like-
Fighter.
I'm not. I can't do day one with that. I still ain't gonna do day one with that.
But-
There's something about that. Just
But Liger, look at the other alternative. All you have is that or Street Fighter 5.
no, I don't. No, I don't. I have.
Street Fighter 4.
I have a bunch of.
He's gonna get arms.
I got a bunch of fighting games. I don't need to go buy it if I don't need to.
Mortal Kombat, KOF 14,
Whatever.
Tekken 7. Like, there's other options.
Yeah, that other option. I'm not gonna say I have to buy it, but I don't. I'm just saying it's Capcom. I'm
Yep.
just waiting to see. I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm not saying.
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't care because I knew it's gonna get put over to other consoles. Because I thought, why the hell
They're
do the
fishier
Hadouken?
than Mario.
Why the hell would you do a
Considering-
Hadouken mode, which you know that it's gonna work from VR?
Okay.
So come on.
Thankfully,
Do,
when it
Capcom
comes
is
to
fishier
any,
than Wario.
Yeah. Why do a
Very
Hadouken?
cautiously
Why do a
optimistic.
Hadouken? Why do a Hadouken version if you know they're gonna be? Is that set up for VR? That's
Do-
100% set up for VR.
Liger, do you think Capcom will fix Street Fighter 5?
no.
No. Yeah, no. You know what? No, they will fix Street Fighter 5 once you give them more money. That's why they hit you with a season pass.
Because it's just part of me just wants a good Street Fighter again. It just
Not me. I just
It-
want to. If you don't do super shit, then I'll give you my money. That's why I said I'm gonna wait to see what happened to Street Fighter New Challenge. It looks good. I've not played it. Red has played it, so he said it's pretty good. I'm not down it. I just know there's some bullshit that's hiding behind the scenes that I just like. Something just my spider senses is tingling. If it's wrong, then it's wrong, and I'll pick the game up. with
Man, you
no
don't have any
abandonment.
senses. What are you talking about?
Well, hell, I think the same thing about Bomberman Type Raw. I'm not picking up day one either. I'm looking at it. I want to see what that single player is all about, and if it's not the way it is, then I'm not gonna pick it up. Sorry,
Okay.
it's just what it is.
And
No, no, but that's what it is. That's what, like, to go with what CB just said. Just wait and see. Nobody's forcing
Yeah.
anybody to pick up anything day one unless you want to do it. If you don't want to
it's
do
the
it,
best. It's the best approach.
actually I noticed that a lot of people today buy things day one without doing proper research on the actual
again,
game.
what you as Red said, we really do gotta do a damn podcast about those words. Nobody uses that.
Yeah, people
Cool,
well, not
cool.
only research, but people don't look at people. Not only do people not do their research, but they don't look at the history. Now, let me put it this way, okay? Like, you have to look at people's past behavior. Like, I originally was going to get Street Fighter, the Ultimate Challengers, because it's Street Fighter 2, although revamped and all that stuff. And I mean, let's keep it real. Street Fighter 2 is the 2D fighting game that basically helped bring that genre to the home market. So basically, it's like it's going to be kind of hard for them to mess this up. Now, this is Capcom, though. We didn't think they could mess up Street Fighter 5, but I mean, come on, look at this. So
okay, this way. I do not think they'll mess up Street Fighter in the gameplay. I think they're gonna mess up Street Fighter in some bullshit DLC bullshit. That's
That
just
could be the case.
that's why I think if they're gonna be doing that crap again, I got against DLC, but I just know how they've been doing it lately.
It is Capcom,
It's
so
just
yeah.
Capcom.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it.
But remember the bullshit practice. Wait a second.
Basically, I want to support Capcom until I see a good, legit Mega Man game and Monster Hunter game.
Yeah, well, you're gonna be
Kinda
waiting a long
burning
ass
out on
time for that
Monster
shit.
Hunter.
But the Monster Hunter games have been good. I don't know against the Monster Hunter team. They've been doing a good job with that game, free DLC and everything from the I got against them. So those are cool.
True.
But
Those
as
are
I-
cool.
I have to skip some Monster Hunter games here and there because if I buy every single one of them, I'm gonna get burned out.
Got you.
But,
No,
yeah.
that's cool. I understand that. But my point is that they have not. I've not seen a Monster Hunter game that put people off. Really, I didn't. So
Well, I mean, I've said this before. The only person at Capcom who's been doing their job and
It's
not
Monster Hunter.
definitely is the Monster Hunter guy. Like everyone else, like Ono, Street Fighter 5. Like seriously, someone needs to be fired. I'm serious.
no!
bad
So-
joke, but it worked.
Also, the Phoenix Wright games
Phoenix Wright too,
has
yeah,
always
yeah.
been
Yeah.
awesome.
Except for that one that they put on. Except for that one that they put on PC. I mean, put on iPhone because the audience for Phoenix Wright is totally on
Which
iPhone.
one?
You're absolutely right.
Trilogy?
They put Phoenix Wright on an iPhone. Like
Okay. Well,
it was the
Yeah, put
weirdest.
all the-
I'm like,
they want to get their money, man.
But
yeah, but it didn't sell. It totally bombed. I'm like, the audience for your game is not on a damn iPhone, dude. What's wrong with you, man?
have you
Huh?
guys ever
That's
played
Capcom.
Marvel vs. Capcom 3?
Yes, and I don't like it.
Did you remember that fiasco Capcom did with that game?
Yes,
They're doing
yeah.
it again.
You ain't gotta tell
do
us,
it
we
again.
know.
They
No.
did the vanilla version, and not even a year passed.
We know.
Only 7
We
damn months, and they released the ultimate version.
Man, I
Well,
remember
that's
that
not the ultimate
clearly.
version because they're doing the ultimate version now.
I started joining the gaming communities back then.
And to believe me, at Capcom, at least for my real life friends, got a lot of flack thanks to that stupid thing they said, because I was one of the guys that went midnight to get Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and I remember when Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Ultimate was announced, I said, really, fucking really, hasn't even been 4 months.
Well, again,
The fuck?
Marvel's
That's why one has
Capcom.
to be careful with the crap.
Marvel's Capcom 2 is better anyway.
I'll
Blasphemy.
shut your mic off. I know, right?
You know,
Anyway,
I'm gonna keep it real. I actually like Tatsunoko, like of the
Tatsunoko
versus.
versus
I like
Capcom.
Tatsunoko versus Capcom
Yes.
3 because I mean, even though it uses less well-known characters, it's more balanced, for lack of a better term. Than
Yeah, some of
Marvel
them
vs.
are-
Capcom.
Easy to use as well. I mean,
So,
I played it a few months ago, and I haven't played that game in years. And I picked it up and quickly, just had fun with it. Like that.
Actually, my
quick.
favorite.
Again,
Why do you
Bad
keep on
word.
saying that dirty word, man? I told
right,
you.
but,
Actually, my favorite versus isn't either one of those two. My favorite versus Marvel versus SNK2.
Yeah, that's a good one.
well, yeah, no,
I
I would,
really
if
love
I
that
want to say,
game.
if everybody wants to really technical, Marvel's SNK 2 is my favorite verse. If you want to say crossover, I don't want to say versus. I want to say crossover because I look at versus as the whole two, like Street Fighter versus Capcom and that thing kind of like those over the top crazy moves.
Oh.
Now, Capcom versus SNK is basically a technical thing. You ain't doing no freaking 56 hit combo bullshit. You basically know how to pull your shit off and
Yep.
fight.
Oh,
That-
then
Marvel's Capcom 2 though is the I like both CVS and Marvel's Capcom 2. It's Marvel's Capcom 2. It's so over the top, but it's just still fun, even if it's broken as hell. And it has
By the way-
and it has jazz music.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
We
that's,
need a rematch.
that's my one thing that kind of bothers me with Marvel versus Capcom is like why would you give these characters jazz music as their main themes? That makes no sense. And here's the thing: we know Capcom used to have a really good sound design studio.
Yeah, I don't know
I don't know what happened to those people. They just, I mean, because the music in their games has been going downhill over the last like 10, 15 years.
Yep. And the people who got talent for the music of the games have left because I like for me, when I played Gunvolt last year, I love the music in Gunvolt too. I was like, oh crap, yeah.
Oh,
Which is
Street Fighter.
that character select
Yeah,
streams. It
yeah,
was so
Street-
Mega Man X4.
Yeah, Street Fighter no longer has Hideki Okagara, I think his name is. That's the dude that made the Street Fighter Third Strike music. And then you know how
I never was a big like. Let me put it this way: my favorite Street Fighter is the orchestrated Street Fighter 2 themes because they're so badass. You know, like they were kicking that part when Darksiders theme music and like a lot of their 2D fighters of that time.
But you know what? Again,
we
brings up one more subject before I call this because I really do got to do some stuff. But I've been one more subject. When people say this, which always kills me, when they always say, well, Nintendo, why don't you bring up your IPs or whatever? Nintendo has, Nintendo has some IPs that are dormant. I mean, FD was one of them. Like I'm just saying, like the main that came to mainstream to a degree, and then got to that, and then you have Star Tropics and stuff like that. But then you have, like I said, Mega Man ain't done in a while with Capcom. Neither has Breath of Fire. Neither Project, neither Darkstalkers. I mean,
Hearthstone.
Power Stones.
Exactly.
Ghosts.
Nobody's so no. You talk about the one company that does that, but then you don't talk about the other one. Same thing with Konami. Same thing with. I mean, hell.
And Capcom and Konami have mascots and IPs
And
as
Sega.
much as Nintendo, and they don't want to do crap with them. It's like it's really sad.
But believe me, I know of a friend that rants almost every time in DeviantArt on how Konami has killed literally every franchise that isn't Yu-Gi-Oh.
Well, yeah. Well,
It's
I
quite
don't know if they kill other than making bad games or games people didn't want. But again, it's just
Yeah.
you know what?
What's Contra?
Well, it's not even contract. Remember what happened with Metal Gear. You sold at the time when it wanted it, and it sold that much. It sold. I think it's at like a 7.5 million now. But at the time, it was still
Wow.
like when they're trying to make 7 million, it wasn't profitable at the time. So it's just like, 6 million. So even that is hurting them. Like again, you're going with the graphics more than in gameplay. So it is what it is.
Konami said the reason they're not doing all this franchise because they think the mobile market is more profitable. That's why they kind of
In
abandoned
Japan,
it.
I remember those articles.
But I mean, you have to remember for Konami, they are making more money off of mobile than they are on.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. They make it that, and also the pachinko
That's why they
machine.
fired Kojima.
Yeah, I mean,
And the pachinko machine, they make money off of that too.
I mean, I can't get mad at Konami, and plus you have to remember Konami has some bad the people in charge of their video game division make some bad decisions.
Yep.
For many years, ironically, the one who all those Sony fanboys think is the
Kojima.
savior of Kojima,
Igarashi.
yeah, Igarashi wanted to make because the audience for Castlevania games had moved to handhelds because they were perfect for handhelds, and it's like instead of making they should have had Koji Igarashi making handheld Castlevania games because they were cheap. They already had the engine to make them, and you could pump those things out in I want to say 8 months to 14 months. A year, you pump them out. A small team can make a really good game, and with incremental improvements with each iteration. But no, you're going to be working on mobile, and yet he'd take money that should have been spread out to different projects and put it all into fucking Metal Gear, which basically had to work harder and harder to get its budget back up to snuff.
And a
Red,
sad
I have a question for you. Who was responsible for those piece of shit Laurel Shadow games?
Kojima. Look,
That kind of
trust me,
building was insane.
Igarashi had nothing to do with that shit. That was Kojima.
Those
was all
games
him.
were fucking terrible.
God of War.
Here's what I'll say. here's what I'll say about the Lord of Shadows game. If you really want to play a 3D Castlevania game, go play Darksiders 1 and 2, because those are basically 3D Castlevania games. They have a very gothic art style, and because I mean, I've recorded footage and I've put Castlevania, Super Castlevania, and Rondo of Blood music over it, and it fits. It's like, wow, this actually works. Lord of Shadows, though, is a shitty God of War clone.
But why would Kojima have power over Castlevania?
Because at the time he was the vice president of production, so he was in charge of determining the budgets for different projects. It's the reason why. I mean, why do you think he got ousted at the company? Because he kept on canceling. He basically put all of their he put all of their money into he took like 60-70% of the budget that should have been spread out in different projects so that all your eggs wouldn't be in one basket, and put them in the Metal Gear projects, and then cut off and decreased funds for other people's stuff on like Igarashi's projects and stuff like that. So I mean, everyone's like, oh man, Kojima did this, Kojima did that. Is reaping what he sowed. I mean, he fucked over people at Konami. Now he got fucked over. I mean, it's
so Kojima is the reason why lots of Konami's franchises are like 6 feet under.
I'm not saying he's the sole reason, but he definitely had some say in what happened.
Okay, he will say it.
He's
I will
not
say
the
it
reason,
because
but
he
he's a
really
big
wanted
reason.
it.
Okay, all right, but well, anyway, I'll say, like I said, for we have as usual, we ran the gimmick of talking stuff, whatever it is. I'll give it, like I say, sorry we took over your podcast, Contrarian. I wasn't really paying attention to see when the day was for it. I just saw the video from Jim and just ran with it, didn't really look at what's going on.
Before you, what date can I do the podcast where most of you guys can participate?
I'll tell you what I told Dr. Feelgood and everybody else about doing some on YouTube. I mean, basically, you could just Google Plus us and see when you could do it if you can. Because, like I said, I know Red Fox has his BS Sports on Saturday. Me, mine is Tuesday, Thursday, whatever I feel like it. So I just throw podcasts. That's all it is. I don't. I could run it by myself. I could have it with you guys, which is cool. But it's just what you feel comfortable with. That's all I could tell you. But basically,
the days I mostly can do it is Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays.
Well, so on Friday, if you want to, then ask these guys if they want to join in. Ask them ahead of time. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you one thing. Learn how to run the podcast yourself, just in case. Because it might be a topic that you want to get out, like how I did with the Jim Center thing that you want to get out, and maybe people are busy or maybe people are not going on and doing something, and you don't want to. And then that also helps your channel too. Just like how like Red does the trouble. What do you say? Trouble in the Gamosphere, or what do you say?
Yeah, stupidity in the Gamosphere.
Yeah. Exactly. You have something that you could lean on other than your gameplay. I see you got gameplay on you try to do gameplay, let's play and gameplay on your channel. So you do that as well too. So if you want to do that,
I was thinking about doing like a podcast like this before for Pokemon strategies. I think you gave me an idea.
Yeah, just do that. Yeah, do what you like. It's your channel. I'm just saying, when it comes to the podcast, you know what? Have something that you could lean on yourself in case something happens in that regard. That's all I'm saying. So if Breath of the Wild comes out and you like it, and you're like, hey guys, I want to do a Breath of the Wild thing, and
actually,
like,
I was thinking of doing a reaction video to Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
Like you know those unboxing where you play the game and you start screaming while playing, saying, "Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!"
Nope, I don't do that because just what you just did. I stay away from those videos. Annoying.
But I saw a guy named Erika World Network that he does that things all the time.
Yeah, he's a YouTube bitch. That's all it is. No.
Damn.
What is so
Bullseye.
damn exciting? Do it if you do that
That's
whole
so-
thing.
Well,
I wouldn't do it if he didn't. Well, I wouldn't say that if he didn't do that whole fake Nintendo Switch thing. That's when you know you're basically a whore. I'm sorry. That same money you're gonna spend to make a 3D copy of a damn console just to prove something, you're gonna put it towards a real Switch or something else.
But
Liger.
before you end, because Erica, I saw an Erica video that it was about the Smash DLC about Cloud, and when he did the video like playing with Cloud after it arrived, and he was like screaming the entire video and say, "Oh my God!"
Well, that's my static, right? Please stop saying it on my channel, please. I don't care for those videos. Those are the most annoying things.
It's so fake. I mean, like,
I
here's
know,
the thing.
that's
First of
what I'm
all,
saying.
if you're excited about something, you're not going to act like that. I mean, you might get one OMG, but I mean, these people are. I mean, it's like PewDiePie. I mean, it's disgusting and
goodness.
annoying. So whatever.
Yes, and the same thing with him, or like one of Dr. Feelgood's past person, where he used to. I also couldn't take his energy because it's so contrite. It's basically Obi-Wan, whatever the name is, Obi-Wan, whatever his name is. It's like,
So
hey,
my
or like you with you and Triple M with your Dashi. Is that? I hate people that say that bullshit. It's too contrite.
No, but to be like serious, I'm trying to do something with Breath of the Wild, but I don't think. Can you record from the Switch day one, or they say that the feature will come in later, the share button?
I don't know.
I don't. I think you'll be able to share pics. I don't think you'll be able to do the share button. Although, what you might be able to do, if you have Windows Media Maker, is you might be able to like take a lot of pics, then go to Media Maker and make your own movie with the pics. And then do that. I mean, might be the same.
Because I want to do a let's play of Breath of the Wild, but I don't have like capture cards or anything like that. I mostly use like the share button from my PlayStation to do my let's plays. And I wanted to see if the capture button on the Switch will work day one, so I can do the let's plays.
No, I don't think it's gonna be available day one. I don't think. Just like like from what I heard, there's not gonna be a web browser day one. There's not gonna be like Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime support day one. I mean, these are things that'll like look. Yeah, none of these consoles day one were what they are now.
Yeah,
like none of them. It takes about 6 months to a year for a console to start to find its legs on what it's going to be, what features are going to be available to it, software-wise and app-wise and stuff like that. So
yeah, at launch day they're just stretching.
well, I mean, it's a gaming console first, which I'm cool with. Some people like this.
That's one of the reasons why I like it. That's one of the reasons I love the Wii U. It's a gaming console. I didn't buy no TV, all that stuff. The one time I used Pierce Snyder, the only time literally when he was being like excited and he said something, which was when he was like when he did the whole thing when Don Magic came out and talk about, well, you could do this with your TV and stuff, and Pierce Snyder was like, bitch, I don't need no more TV devices. I already got enough. Just give me the game. I'm like, thank you. That's all I care about.
But to be honest, I barely use like 80% of the apps on my PS4. I mostly stream from my smart TV, so
you are what we are called a gamer.
Yeah.
I mean, don't worry about it.
I'm going to keep it real. I'm not upset that having a device that can use other things. Like, I'm going to keep it real. Being able to watch Netflix on my Wii U, so like I wouldn't have to actually turn on my TV. I could just sit in bed and watch Netflix on my little tablet. That was cool. And I think the more integration they have with that, it's like the less devices I have to have plugged into shit, which is always happy for me.
But it's like you said, right? Though that's the extra stuff. The more
Yeah,
the
those are
mini-
minis. I mean, if this thing doesn't play
Yeah,
games
exactly.
well, then they effed up, you know?
But
Exactly.
I do advocate for a share button because, as a content creator, as me, it's kind of a useful tool to like get your videos without having to, waste money on capture cards and external devices.
Oh, like I do. Don't do it. And I got the money for it.
Yeah, I mean, here's
No,
the
I
thing.
mean, I know everybody else here, Red, Brownie, all that, they got Capricorn.
Here's the thing: the share button is cool, and I have devices that have a share button. But I'm just gonna tell you the truth, contrarian. Really, like, even the best share feature on the PS4 or the Xbox One, or even what's going to be on the Nintendo Switch, cannot compare to the level of customization and control that you have on a capture card.
Oh yeah, believe me.
You're just,
With the share button, I had to do Let's Plays live, and if people saw the disaster of the episode 1 I had, believe me, you had to be like thoroughly prepared. You're going to use the share button.
yeah. I mean, so
Speaking of sharing, everything.
When did Kenoshi get in here? What?
he pulled the Shadow Fox.
Everything Nintendo puts out should be free for everyone because I don't understand how fair. I don't understand how fair use is.
Yeah, trust me. You're the reason why I did my video, dude.
Yeah,
I am sick and tired of people. Like, listen, okay, I can understand why they think it's draconious, but at the end of the day, it's Nintendo's IP.
But again,
and they can say, "Who?"
I cannot talk about this because my avatar will probably get a copyright claim from the Pokemon Company.
No, he won't. But look. Again, remember the biggest hypocrite, the biggest one, of course. Like I said that. I mean, Jim, as usual, these guys always contradict themselves in the video. Okay, it's like the Jim Inquisition is my IP. Yeah, and if anybody else uses your IP, you'll be pissed off too.
Yep.
You would. So stop saying that. And again, remember, Richard Vutec also he uses that same crap. But then again, remember the video I told you, the video that told
They didn't try to sue someone.
the critic, the RTU critic who made a video that using his own content showing how he could contradict himself, which I'm gonna be doing the same thing too. And he tried to sue him. So yeah, you just love how these guys just talk this crap.
Actually, and I know an interesting story that there's this have you heard about what culture?
Nope.
It's like the IGN for Wrestling News. They talk a lot about you. It's like an IGN but for wrestling news. They talk a lot about
Wrestling.
Yeah, they talk. This
John Cena.
They talk.
He is with the Switch now.
They talk a lot of crap about the YouTube copyright claim and all that shit, but when there was a channel like a internet wrestling community channel that was criticizing them, they did a copyright claim on that channel because they couldn't take the criticism.
Well, of course, that's the hypocrisy. Because just like when Game Trailers got basically shut down. And Shane basically already left, so did Marcus too. Nobody, I'll be 100%. I give credit where credit due. I'll be honest with that. The only person I've seen, other than me calling this shit out at the time, was OGL Play Essence when he talked about how they was talking about how Square Enix was copyrighting and Capcom was copyrighting their stuff, but nobody said, hey, you guys are crying over Capcom, blah, blah, blah. But it's Nintendo. Yeah, we all come together, kumbaya, nice pitchforks and knives, and let's go take Nintendo out.
Yeah, that's...
But the guys I was telling you about talk trash about like YouTube being evil with copyright claim, yet they did a copyright claim themselves when there was a video criticizing them.
Well, again, I said that's what I said. People use the words different. Like I said, if somebody look, somebody, there are people out there who criticize my channel. I don't give a damn. I don't make no money off of this. And if you want to criticize me, because I had one person who made a video, and that video disappeared for some reason. I never touched it, never seen it, or whatever, because people were saying, hell, remember when the debate we did with OJ? At first, he was getting praise, and afterward, he was getting boos, and it was like, I wonder how that worked out.
See, what I don't understand is everybody cheers Sega oh, Sega, they're actually using people, and why isn't Nintendo doing the same thing?
Look, you want here, I'll break it down.
Sonic needs help.
You want to know why? Because Sega, okay, let's keep it real, okay? Sega went toe-to-toe in the video game market. First, they duked it out with Nintendo. Nintendo kicked them in the balls and threw them down a flight of stairs. Then they went toe-to-toe with Sony and Microsoft, and they went from trying to fight with ideas and imagination to fighting with tech. And Sega destroyed themselves trying to fight with better technology instead of focusing on better ideas. And Sega's dead now. Sega doesn't have the money to do massive marketing campaigns. Do you think if Sega could do the marketing campaign Nintendo's doing with the Switch for their new Sonic games, they wouldn't do that shit in a heartbeat to make it a guaranteed success?
Yeah, remember the Super Bowl ad was $5 million.
Yeah, do you seriously think that Sega wishes that someone at Sega who's part of the original people doesn't think, man, we fucked up back in the day trying to, well, there's add-ons over here, and we can add this over here, and maybe we should do this over here, and having two branches fighting against the head branch. Look, Sega destroyed itself, and Sega is not in the position where they have the resources of Nintendo. And here's the thing, as a business owner, the more shit you can keep in-house, the cheaper it is in the long term, okay? And the more control you have, okay?
Yeah, yep. Well, anyway, like I said, thank you guys for joining. Another Random Talk. We're going to be another Random Podcast channel for this as well, too.
Before we close out, I just want to tell Brownie that Kingdom Hearts 3 is a dog. Dead on development.
No.
Don't bust his balls. Don't bust his balls.
My will is platinum. You can't crack it. I'm sorry.
Okay, but anyway, I am gonna have some videos. Like I said, I already done the audio. I'm gonna just put some video to it. Sorry, I'm gonna be like you hearing yawns and stuff because, like I said, I'm tired. Because basically, starting this Saturday, I am out leaving the country and starting my tour this year. So basically, I'll just put some stuff up. You want to see random stuff just goes up. Enjoy it. If not, it is what it is. Nick, I will be around to maybe the week after because I know Dr. Feelgood, Mr. Red Fox himself, and I have a podcast with the whole Nintendo Switch, how he feels play because they pre-order it. They don't have it more faster because again, I don't know if I'll get it when I come back. I really don't.
Mad salty.
Huh? I don't know if I don't get it back. I'll be salty that I spend the money for express shipping from Japan and I didn't get it on the 3rd. But if I don't,
you know what to do.
What?
Contest.
No. I tell you, Liger's waiting for it to fall off the truck and him to get that magic pre-order like that dude.
No, what you do is go on eBay and sell it for 3 times the price. And then, and then make it like a $600 profit, and you'll be good.
And again, as usual, look, people, I gotta say because I see a lot of videos up there, a lot of videos talking about this, and I saw a lot of. But this is not enough for me to make it like how I did with Jim Sterling because I only did because Jim Sterling just says some stupid shit in that video, and he know he's wrong for that. But
it made absolutely no sense in that video. None.
Well, except but you go to this comic section, you got people cheering him on. That's why I said that.
I haven't even seen his video. So when did it appear?
Yesterday.
Today or
today?
Yesterday. No, yesterday.
I actually haven't seen the video, so I don't know what he
I'll never see it.
He talk about.
Well, quick synopsis is this. because Nintendo keeps on copy claiming the videos that he uses their content with, he's telling he's telling people wink, nod, and then a hint that you should go ahead and pirate Nintendo's game because they should understand how it feels to lose their little whatever money they can from their.
He's essentially saying, well, if Nintendo can do it, I can do it too.
But it's not but that's not essentially because it's not the same thing. You stole.
So I
from
should
Nintendo
rob
and-
them.
Well, of course it's not the
Weird,
same. Of course it's not the same thing, but in his head he thinks it is.
Entitlement.
Because Nintendo's not taking Jim Sterling's video and replaying it on their channel and making money off of it. That would be the same thing.
Yeah, because he's using someone else's shit in order to make money. Which, I mean, look, if you use someone else's shit to make money, they have the right to. Well, I mean, they could do a lot more than just monetize it. Here's the thing: this is something that has a friggin' simple fix. All he has to do is join the Nintendo partnership, or get his partnership to partner up with Nintendo. Because there are YouTubers who didn't join the Nintendo partnership, but through their partnerships, like have some type of special agreement with Nintendo, and they do their videos. So, I mean,
But they don't love partnerships.
Many-
They don't want to
many
do a
videos.
partnership with a partnership.
But he also he has many videos because I watched Jim Sterling. He has many videos that he just used stills. If you use still video or still picture, you don't get claim either.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is why a lot of these people refuse to join the partnership is because their gravy kettle will be a
They
little
don't want.
short.
They
They want as much gravy as
They want
possible.
every penny.
Yeah,
They want everything.
which is not a lot of penny in freaking first place. The only person that
Yeah.
can say, if you up to the 3-4 millions, okay, you're making a good about a cheddar change off of it. I ain't gonna not deny that. But come on, 30% again. And like I said, you go to, as my example was, I go to Amazon Prime. I go to Amazon, and Addison bought one of my 2012 album. And when he bought that, I'm not getting. Just like Nintendo do it. I'm getting only 70% of the album sale, not 30, because 30 goes to Amazon. And if you bought it on iTunes, same thing.
How dare
And
you
then-
make sense, man? What's wrong with
And then of course, if you do like Spotify or Pandora, we
Sorry.
get about 3 cents. So hell.
Sorry.
Yeah, pretty good.
My computer kind of turned off on me. Sorry.
Nah, that's all right. But
Yeah,
anyway,
that's
like I said, I'm gonna release a couple of videos. I'll check out. Like I said, I'll release a couple of videos and stuff like that. Hope you guys do good. Again, like I said, I know Red's gonna do something with the Switch next week. If I'm back in the country, I will join in Red if I can. If I am back in the country, not. Y'all can check out his podcast, the BS Busters, on Saturday, 7 to 8. Sometimes I see Flux sometimes. So.
Yeah, it's going to be 7. It's going to be 7 this month, and this
Okay.
week.
This week, okay.
We're going to talk about, in light of them restocking the Nintendo NES Mini,
What? Oh.
we're going to talk about what we would like to see on an SNES and N64 Mini.
Yeah, well, why are you saying that, Red? I heard a lot of stories say that they're done manufacturing NES Minis.
No, they restocked it. There's more. NES
Facetious.
I'm being facetious. Yeah, right.
Yeah, Nintendo's holding it back because they don't want to make money. That's why they.
I know, that's what I'm saying. But other than that, you guys, thank y'all for joining. You know, the usual store. And again, if Contrarian Ambassador has a podcast, check out his channel as well, too. And of course, Dr. Fielgo is going to have his OGL sometime in the week, whatever, as well, too. So, you guys, it's a week and 3 days from Nintendo Switch, also from Zelda Breath of the Wild. Hope you guys go out there, and if you ain't got a pre-order, I hope you can find it in the stores a week later in a while if you can. It's gonna be a little rough, but I hope you can find it. Don't stab nobody. Don't be beating up the old grandma and taking her.
It'll be like
taking
the
her tax
Lion
credit.
King Stampede
Can
scene.
I say something before the podcast ends?
Go ahead.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! The Switch! Oh my god! No.
Okay. Well, that I'll shut you down. Other than that, you know what? There's no perfect games out there. What's perfect is not perfect to me. What's perfect to me is not perfect for you. Simply enjoy those games on any console, no matter what, even PC. Y'all have a good night. Peace.
Yes, there
Now,
is.
calm down there, Etika. Calm down.